Once LeBron James declines, there is not one team in this league, barring the fact that Klay Thompson and Draymond Green stay with the Golden State Warriors, which I'm kind of questioning if they will. Barring that, the Golden State Warriors are almost guaranteed champions.
Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one, I can feel it in my heart. Yeah, I won't stop charging, we going come harder.
What's going on, guys? It's Steve. So Kevin Durant kind of committed to stay with the Golden State Warriors, most likely for the rest of his career or for a very, very long time. Now, I'm going to leave a link in the description below, and I need you guys to skip to the 30-30 mark on that video. You don't have to sit there and watch the whole press conference about the new Golden State Warrior Arena. You don't have to sit through there and watch. If you want to, you can. I didn't. I just skipped to Kevin Durant's part. And pretty much, Kevin Durant subliminally said, I'm going to stay with, not subliminally, he pretty much did say, I'm going to stay with the Golden State Warriors. Now, they were asking him, Kevin, is this an arena that you would like to play in for a long time? And he was like, yeah, it's going to be fun to play in that arena. I can't wait. So pretty much he just confirmed that he's going to stay with the Golden State Warriors. Now, a lot of information also needs to be considered. LeBron James, who right now has been running the NBA for almost a decade. For almost a decade, he's been running the NBA. LeBron James controls everything. I don't think Golden State Warriors will defeat the Cleveland Cavaliers in the 2017 NBA Finals. However, 2-3 years from now, when LeBron is out of his prime, I still don't think Kyrie is going to be good enough to lead the Cavaliers to a championship. And by then, Kevin Love will be out of his prime as well, because Kevin Love's almost 30. So, LeBron and Kevin Love are pretty much going to be done. Kyrie Irving is going to be around 26, 27 in his prime and at the peak of his prime. However, I'm not too sure if he's good enough to carry a championship team because, yes, his passing ability has increased, which is a good thing. But I see him make a lot of crazy mistakes, that most, really great players don't make. However, he's still young, so he can obviously change that. But Kevin Durant has the opportunity of a lifetime right now that everyone would wish they were in this situation. If you go back in time, LeBron wishes he were in Kevin Durant's situation when LeBron was younger, when Kobe and Tim Duncan and Dirk and D. Wade were running the NBA. Remember those days? And, LeBron wishes Melo wishes he was in that situation when LeBron and Kobe, not really LeBron, when Kobe and Timmy and Dirk were running the Western Conference because he made it to the conference finals, but he lost to Kobe. So you can go even further back. There's no point to. The point is that Kevin Durant has the opportunity of a lifetime right now. Once LeBron James declines, there is not one team in this league, barring the fact that Klay Thompson and Draymond Green stay with the Golden State Warriors, which I'm kind of questioning if they will. Barring that, the Golden State Warriors are almost guaranteed champions. What team, if you take the Cleveland Cavaliers out right now, let's skip 2-3 years in the future. All right, let's say LeBron's out of his prime. Kyrie and Kevin Love are still doing their thing, but Kevin Love's not as good as he used to be. But Kyrie's at the peak of his prime, the best he's ever been. DeMar DeRozan's going to be old. Kyle Lowry's probably going to be done because he's already old. He's been in the league for a long time. A lot of people don't know that. But Kyle Lowry has been in the NBA for a long time. He used to play with the Houston Rockets. And then out of nowhere, he came to Toronto and he just started dominating. That's the thing about the NBA, man. Every player in the world can be a great player. It's all about the situation. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. Kyle Lowry got lucky with Toronto. Anyway, what team in the East would be able to defeat the Golden State Warriors? If they build around Kristaps Porzingis, possibly. Chicago Bulls, I doubt it. D Wade just turned 35. He's gonna be retired by then. This is D Wade's last contract, which is sad. I can't believe that. This is Dwyane Wade's last contract in the NBA, and then he's probably gonna retire. Who else in the East? The Philadelphia 76ers, maybe, with Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor, even though they're talking about trading him, supposedly. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's some rumors, circulating that they're going to trade Jahlil Okafor because Joel Embiid is doing his thing, even though Joel Embiid is coming off the bench and things like that. So there's a whole lot of things that come into play, and then there's also no guarantee Ben Simmons will even be good. The Miami Heat are trying to trade Goran Dragic. Depends on where Goran Dragic goes because he's a really good point guard. There's a whole bunch of things right now that just don't equate to the Golden State Warriors being contended against or being, challenged for the championship in the long run. So Kevin Durant is a genius right now by going to Golden State, but not only just going there at a time where LeBron is pretty much almost done. 90% of LeBron's career is over. And that's a fact. The 03 draft is pretty much done. Think about it. D Wade's done in 2018. He's going to retire. Melo and LeBron probably have 3 years left. So this is craziness. Unless LeBron and Melo decide to play until they're damn near 40. So it's craziness, man. It's crazy, all of these things that's going on. And Chris Bosh, there's no guarantee he's coming back. Even though when he was playing, he was averaging 21 and 7. There's no guarantees. So Kevin Durant is a freaking genius for going to Golden State. Yeah, he got the hate. He got hated on, and people were criticizing him. But so what? They're not going to remember that in 20 years when the dude is sitting on, 3-4 championships possibly? I'm telling you guys, once the Cavaliers are done, pretty much once LeBron is done, the entire league is going to go from 03 era to Kevin Durant era. Because Kevin Durant is going to take over. And he's a genius for it. An absolute genius for doing what he's doing. Think about it. He's having one of his best seasons he's ever had in his life. He's averaging 26 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. When have you... Yeah, his points per game went down, but his rebounds went up and his assists went up. But not only that, every single statistical category except points have gone up. Think about it. Shooting percentage, 53%. Three-point percentage, nearly 40%. I actually think it is like 41%. Free throw percentage, this is the last time I checked. It could have changed. It was like a week ago. 86%. So Kevin Durant is playing the best basketball he's ever played in his entire career. And yes, better than 2013-2014 NBA season when he won MVP. And he was in I think 2012-13 he was in the 50-40-90 club. But he was close, in 2013-14. But Kevin Durant is a freaking genius. So now the question comes, maybe Kevin Durant might retire with 2, maybe 3, 4 championships. Because Stephen Curry, his window of opportunity is closing. However, if Stephen Curry can still be a shooter, let's say 2 years from now, I still think Stephen Curry will be doing his thing, right? But 3-4 years from now, he's going to start losing a step. His athleticism is going to decline. He's going to become like Ray Allen did, a spot-up shooter. There's nothing wrong with that. Adapt, right? And he's the best damn shooter in NBA history. So Stephen Curry's going to be a spot-up shooter. He's going to be the best one ever at that. And then you also have Klay Thompson, who's young. And then you have Draymond Green, who's young. I add that with a Kevin Durant. It's going to be crazy. I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people get upset when I, compliment the Golden State Warriors or whatever, but it's a fact that it's going to be their league in a few years. It's going to be their league. It's going to be Kevin Durant's era. Everything's going to be going Kevin Durant's way. The same way it has been LeBron's league for the past 6-7 years. It's going to be Kevin Durant's league for maybe 4 or 5 years. Because you got to remember, Kevin Durant is 4 years younger than LeBron James. I actually think it's 5 years younger. I think Kevin, So that's half a decade. That's a long time. 5 years. So let's say 3 years from now, Kevin Durant still has 2 years in his prime, possibly, maybe even more. Because if he can get stronger and develop a post game, he doesn't have to rely on athleticism. He could do what Melo and Kobe did at their post prime era. Just rely on their footwork, their one-on-one ability, and that's it. I know the league has changed, but you got to change, man. You got to adapt to how your body is, at its current state. And honestly, man, it's kind of funny to see that, that it shifts. You guys notice there's always great players in the NBA. There's always dominant players in the NBA. Like, for example, the 96 draft, Allen Iverson, Kobe, Nash, etc. There's always Ray Allen. There's always dominant players. However, the league usually always shifts to one particular player to dominate, while the other ones are still dominating. Like, for example, Kobe's era. Yeah, AI was dominating. Yeah, Ray Allen was dominating. Paul Pierce, KG, Timmy, Dirk. Yeah, all of these players are dominating. But Kobe was the one that was like truly winning the chips at the end of the 2000s. He went 3 years in a row and he won 2 out of 3 without Shaq. And then if you look at now, it went from the 2003 draft where you have 4 extremely once-in-a-generation players in LeBron, Melo, Wade, and Bosh. And Melo, Wade, and Bosh, they're dominating. Of course, they've been dominating for the past 13, 14 years. However, it shifted to LeBron. So now it's going to be like Kevin Durant's era. We have KD, we have Steph Curry, we have Dame Lillard. KD's actually, I kind of consider KD part of LeBron's era because he only came 4 years later, But anyway, people didn't really consider him like the best player in the world until like 2012, 2013. That's when they started like, wait a minute, this guy's great. So now it's shifting towards Kevin Durant. And I'm excited to see that. And I want to know who's going to be after KD. Karl Anthony Towns, Ben Simmons, Porzingis. Who? Anyway, guys, this has been Steve. I'm out of here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace.